Good evening. We are from Tharusat University, Devang Patel Institute of Advanced Technology and Research. We are student of Computer Engineering Department from 4th SEM. My name is Harshil Banderi and my ID is 22DC007.
My my name is Vandan Chikhalia. My ID number is 22DC013.
My name is Daljit Pardesh. My ID number is 22DC014.
My name is Dheeraj Bagar. My ID number is 22DC002.
My name is Bhavya Bokhani. My ID number is 22DC009. Okay, so we have Yatharth Chauhan with us. And sir, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So myself Yatharth Chauhan, currently pursuing BTech Computer Engineering at Tharusat University, a final year student. As you know, I am a ex-intern at Microsoft and Amazon. So apart from this, currently I am a intern at Webilite Solutions, which is located at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Okay. So as a DevOps engineer, currently I am working in a professional IT experience. So yeah, we can start right now. So yeah, continue.
Yes. Oh, sir, we would like to ask you that do you know what is software engineering? And if yes, which is obvious, yes, then please tell us what is software engineering according to you.
Yeah. So software engineering is nothing but it's a process which companies currently using to develop their product. Okay. So that's not just like to develop the product from design and development. Okay. It's a process which you need to firstly recognize and collect the requirements from the clients, right? So after that we need to discuss it according to the design. Then after the design we need to go for the development, right? So if you need to any changes regarding development section or any other phases, okay. So at that time, we need to ensure that each and every phase are going continuous development without any such type of errors, without any type of mistake. So there are multiple types of models which currently include in software engineering. So after the development, the project will going into the deployment side. Okay, we can say the management side. So after deployment, project will be under maintenance, or I can say uh, under review section. Okay, so if any issues occur from server side, so there are multiple teams which currently working on management side. After management, that product will be going to the user side. So this is the final full-fledged product which currently you can use, like ChatGPT, being whatever. It's just for example. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so uh, our practical aim is all about what is the role of software engineering in the IT industry, and we will carry out a small case study for the same. So now my friend Dheeraj will ask a few questions regarding the same.
Hello, sir. I am very excited to meet you, sir. My first question is, what development methodology do you prefer and why?
Okay, so firstly, I would like to prefer agile, not my perspective, but it is the general methodology which currently are using nowadays. Okay, I'm just not talking about startup, not talking about MNCs. Okay, it's a general scenario the companies which currently are using. So agile methodology is nothing but it's divide the chunks of problems. Okay, so like if we have to develop any big client project. Okay, so at that time we need to divide it any small types of chunks of problems, then we can easily sort it out by different team. Okay, so we can see there are multiple project managers, there are multiple team members, which including scrum master and all. Maybe you know, right? So there are all including in the software engineering. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, okay, sir. And sir, my next question is, what programming language are you most skilled in, and how do you choose which language to use for a project?
Hi, મારે દીદીને ફોન કર
Yeah.
99
Okay. So for development purpose, we are using currently C++ and Python. Okay. So it depends on the project. Suppose we need to develop any type of automation projects, or I can say recommendation system. Okay. So at that time we need to use Python or if we need to add any logical types of functionalities which based on the C++ compatibility, right? So at that time we are using C++ language.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my friend, ask your question. Next question.
उनके फोन
So,
करते
how
हैं
often does you and
फोन करते
your
हैं
team
मीटिंग
members or your friends apply the software engineering principles in your daily job life or job culture?
Can you repeat your question?
How often does you and your friends or any team members apply the principles of software engineering in your daily job uh, tasks or projects or any development processes?
Yeah, so let's consider one example. Okay, suppose I'm working as a software engineer at any example dot company, okay, whatever. So at that time, suppose we get the documentation from client side, okay. Suppose there is one project including the guidelines what you need to build up, okay. Suppose this is the e-commerce website. So first we need to identify the design, right? So this is the finalized design or not. If yes, then development team will currently working on that project. If not, then first complete that design, then go for the development. So we need to ensure that whatever we got, this is the review by our project manager or team lead. Yes, yeah. Then and then we are going to the development side, especially talking about step by step. Suppose we build up one home page. So make sure whatever user will click on that buttons, okay, which including in home page. So it must be redirect to the there according to the page side, right? Suppose I clicking on the buy now option. So that must be a second page buy now.html. Okay, for example. So this is a process we need to ensure that our project will be going smooth, right? Yeah.
So, next question is what are the positive as well as negative effects as a result of the implementation of these software engineering principles? You can also tell about any one specific principle.
Yeah. So the project is very on large scale, right? So we need
Yes,
numbers of employees to manage all team workers, right? So at that time, if there are lack of any skills or lack of communication between among members, so it might be issue occurred at the last if something is going into bare side, or we can say any bug issue. Okay, so if bug issue occurs at that time, we need also another team which fixing it out within very short time, right? So if we have that type of developers, then it's good. Either it's a very major issue in uh, major project, okay. The small projects is that's fine, okay, but talking about large scale projects, so at that time we need to manage large team, okay. So this is the one issue regarding management side. It depends on the company as well as, yeah.
and can you
Okay.
also share an example, if any, within the company you work on, that where you have found significant improvements while applying these engineering principles?
Yeah. So I'm talking about my Microsoft experience in which our working on ChatGPT and Bing. Okay, it launched in around November, right? And my internship was in August, October 2022. So at that time, actually, our team working on algorithm of chatbot. So at that time, we need to ensure that whatever we asking to the chatbot, it giving the relevant output. Okay, so we are here to give any types of questions to the chatbot, and chatbot will give answer according to our question. But there might be some issue regarding language. Okay, suppose we know Gujarati, we know Hindi, we know English. Okay, so our accent is not just like of similar of foreigners, right? So at that time we need to ensure chatbot will be understand our language, like where are you from, like foreign or any Indian culture or any west or east culture, okay. So this is one experience which I faced during Microsoft internship. So yeah, it's a very useful and this great experience.
Now my other
Uh,
friends will continue.
Hello, sir. Uh, and sir, my next question is, how do you stay updated with new technologies and trends in the software development industry?
Yeah. So firstly, you need to subscribe articles which currently posted by few members, or we can say a few employees which are currently working on MNC's company. So at that time you can see in the LinkedIn, suppose there are many people who are currently posting. There are multiple types of openings are in upcoming days, or we can say currently are open. Okay, so there are two types of job opening. So they are similar like that. You need to subscribe articles which currently published on LinkedIn. Okay, first one. Second one, you need to subscribe based on your role at career site at Microsoft, at Amazon, at etc. Any MNC's company or any startups, whatever. So you need to keep on your job alerts. You need to subscribe newsletters, right? So this is two main fundamental things which you need to set by today to update yourself.
Okay, sir. And
Hello,
sir,
sir.
my final question, uh, have you lead a software project and how do you manage task timelines and team members?
Yeah, so my majority projects are currently under my team. So as a lead, I ensure that my team actually working on the same features. Okay, same features in the sense, suppose we need to build up any social media platform. Okay, so we need to also research it out many types of Amazon, Flipkart and all. Okay, so yeah, we need to ensure that each and every person must be aware about that concept. If not, then I will be giving them training, then we are going to the project side. So for project management, I am using GitHub, and second one is the Zoho platform, and third one is that VS Code. So VS Code in the sense, if every developers are using VS Code, then it's a very beneficial for project. Okay. So whenever someone are pushing the code, so it's a very and easy to handle in GitHub. Yeah. So this is I would
Okay,
like
sir.
to tell you to use your GitHub account and VS Code simultaneously.
Okay, sir. My friend Harshil Banderi is continuing.
Hello, sir. How does documentation impact the success of software projects in your industry?
Yeah, so documentation is a very crucial part in every project. Okay, so as you know, if any company launch any product, okay, so at the end, company will provide you the user guidelines. Am I right? Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes.
So user guidelines is based on the product details, or product detail based on the client requirements, right? So we need to format requirements first. If requirement is not organized in proper way, then product is not going to develop as per our goal, right? So first we need to complete documentation, and then go to the any further process.
My next question is, how does your team use documentation to help with development tasks like coding and maintenance?
Yeah. So in development, we have multiple teams according to the project, like front end team, back end team, testing team, and the operation team. Okay, so in front end team, we need to ensure that the back end portion will be not given to any other types of field like front end, testing, and any operation side. Okay, front end, that means it only allocate to the front end team members, back end to only back end team, testing to only testing team, right? So, so basically, if someone want to any declare confidential data, okay, so we need to ensure that who leak that data, right? So this is very crucial part between allocate your projects to any other team.
Next question is, how does detailed software documentation benefit industry projects and contribute smooth knowledge among teams?
Yeah. So detailed documentation, that means if company will approach any other company to integrate that features in our product, so at that time company have one documentation which convey to any other companies. Suppose we are here to giving you that types of services. Okay, so which type of services you need to uh, mention it properly by budget, by numbers of services, by within deadlines, or we can say how many developers are currently working in your product, right? So there are multiple things which you need to integrate in your documentation as well as in your product. Some of the data, not the every data you can mention in your product, but yeah, you need to mention some of the data which useful for users, right? Yeah. So that's it.
Next, Bhagesh will continue.
Hello, sir. Firstly, I would like to question that what methods are used to check the software works properly before it released?
Yeah. So you can see for testing purpose we use a Selenium. Okay. Selenium, that means I not just checking the software. It ensure that your project is currently uh, test each and every test case. Okay. Test case one,
Hmm.
two, three, or numbers of test case which not handled by only human. It's the automate process. Okay. So there are multiple tools currently included in the DevOps side. Okay, DevOps statement development plus operations. So after development, how operation team will be handled that project. Yeah.
Okay, okay, sir. So my next question is, what measures does your company take to ensure that the software is safe from the hackers and other unauthorized access?
Okay. So for testing purpose, we use the Kali Linux. Okay, to resolve the vulnerabilities and improve the security features. So we have another team which working on the security portion, especially talking about client and server side request, how requests will flow from client from user to the server side. So if there might be issue, some of the data leak between the transmission during the network. As you know, we have different types of layers in the OSI model, network layer and transport layer, which majorly impact on the cyber security. So ensure that each and every port currently enabled to transfer that data. And if we need to block any such type of port, then yeah, we need to give access to the users. Yeah, you can use that port to communicate our project, right? So yeah, port address and it's a
Yes,
very
yes.
impactful in cyber security to ensure that security are remain confidential.
Okay, sir. So my next question is, how does your company manage different versions of the software and changes made to it over time?
Yeah. So uh, majority companies are based on the GitHub. You are also release your product based on the release version v1.0, v2.0, or I can say a minor changes v2.1, v2.2, something like that. Okay, so GitHub will provide us that type of compatibility. You can release your version based on your goals. So suppose might be situation will be there if someone build up their own version, and if something impact really bad, like someone is implement the features but it's currently not working, so we need to back our old version, right? So for example, suppose Apple will be announced the iOS 17. Okay, so at that time bugs are currently a lot of in that version, suppose. Okay, so we need to ensure that we need to fix it from iOS 16, right? Because iOS 16 is a better version from the iOS 17. For example, there are multiple iOS 18, 19 will be coming soon. So yeah, hope you are understand that.
Yes, yes, proper. Further from Wonder will continue.
Uh, my question is, how does your company manage quality of software and testing a software?
Just repeat yourself, your question.
Uh, how how does your company manage ensure that the quality of software is not decreasing and testing how to test that software?
Yeah. So let's give you one example. Suppose one project which are based on the totally mathematical side, right? So we need to ensure that each and every input will be must be considered and operate using that software. Suppose 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Okay, so that's fine. But what about 1 by 0? Okay, so there are such type of multiple try and catch blocks, including that code. So we need to ensure that all types of code will be used nowadays. Suppose someone entering 1 by 0. So at that time we need to give output that infinite, or we can say please enter the valid input. Okay, so we need to ensure that alert message will be pop out during that transmission. Okay, transmission in the sense if someone entering wrong input. Yeah, so yeah, we need to ensure that each and every phases are currently using alert box, or I can see any pop-up messages instead of the error message. Error message is for the developers. You need to resolve, not for the user side. Okay. Yeah.
My next question is how do software engineers standards impact cross team collaboration and the communication within your industry?
Yeah. So cross communication, including the Slack channel. Slack channel actually used by multiple companies, which are very best platform to engage your employees with multiple domains. Just like suppose one team are working on any one project, another team are working on project two. So what about the team project one and team project two? Suppose we need to connect that two types of project. So we have a Slack in which you can easily schedule your meeting via channel link. Okay, there are one option. You can create your channel. It may be publicly or privately, right? So yeah, one is the Slack. Second is the team. Yeah, team. Microsoft Teams. There are also very best platform to schedule your meeting with CEO. We can say client. We can say uh, project managers. All right.
My next
Sorry to
question is
interrupt.
have
1 minute. Sorry to interrupt. There is a question I have. How does your company ensure client satisfaction through its work? Then,
Line satisfaction with.
works that client require.
Okay. So before sign the agreement with client, we need to ensure that the project actually are origin. Okay, origin means client wants to develop their projects. And what about the product? If you launch the product from our side, from our company, okay, so it's impactfully or not, right? So suppose any company are partnership with Microsoft, okay, and Microsoft launched any other product in coming days, okay. So Microsoft will also get that revenue from clients and from customers, okay. So at that time, the company which participate with Microsoft, that company will be get associated with Microsoft, right? So both are gradually improving, right? So this is a very crucial step, right? How you convey your client, what you provide, what you expect, and then what you want. Okay, yeah. So that's all necessary things to discuss with your clients. Then and then
Then
take a
continue,
decision.
please.
my question is have any problem occurs in your project due to the not following the software engineering standards?
Yeah, of course. Why not? So if someone working on design side, right, and design is not completed, okay, so no, developers are not be notified, and developers will continue to on that design, and after some time we had to notify that that design was not completely done, so you need to rewrite your code from scratch. So this is a very time-based process, right? So there are multiple things actually happen in IT industry. Okay, so this is one example. Fine. Yeah.
Sir, my last question is that what methods does your company employ for efficient teamwork on the software?
Can you repeat efficient work one?
Obviously. What methods does your company employ for efficient teamwork of the software?
Yeah. Okay. So there are not such type of specific answers on that question. you need to understand your company are basically based on the any product based or service based. Okay, so if company are based on the product, so based on that we need to ensure that each and every details of the project which are storing in cloud platform, or I can say private cloud, okay, not like a public cloud. So we need to ensure that each and every data will be monitored, which data will be sharing by developers, by designers, by project managers, right? We need to ensure that each and every data. So after getting that data, we need to ensure one more thing, that code which developed by developers, or I can say testing by testers. Okay, so we need to ensure by graphical user interface via graph form, via Excel sheet. Okay, so if we got any alert from any such type of phases between design, development, testing, deployment, right? So there are multiple phases which are using in the agile development. Okay, so these all are connected via agile methodology, via which software you are currently using, how often you share your data with your employees or with your clients. Okay, yeah.
Sir. So now we would like to have just a short feedback from your side, your valuable feedback that how were our questions and how did we perform according to you?
Yeah, that all our questions are really good to know before going to the IT industry. Okay, so it's a very helpful to you as compared to the other students. Okay, so you need to set your mind how you prepare yourself on IT industry instead of only documentation, instead of only code. Okay, you need to ensure that project cycle, software engineering cycles, agile methodology. There are multiple methodology which are currently using in IT industry but are not mentioned in our course. Okay, so yeah, just go through one by one and research it out as much as you can. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah. Thank you
yes.
very much, sir, for your
Thank you, sir.
valuable time.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much.